Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Dr. Tim Liptrap, and we are here in our Principles of Finance class, Chapter 3. We're working on a problem set using some real numbers from Facebook with the symbol FB. Using the year-end 2016 financial numbers for Facebook, find the following. We need to find the profit margin, the total equity of Facebook, the return on assets, or ROA, and the return on equity, or ROE. There's some numbers that we are going to need to find from their financial charts. And I use Yahoo. So we're going to go to Yahoo and I'm going to show you how to find these. Is their net income, their sales, their total assets, their total debt. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to calculate the total equity, although it's given. So why don't we head over here to the Yahoo numbers. And we're going to start off, as you can see, we have an income statement, a cash flow, and a balance sheet. Why don't we start off with the income statement? Because what we're going to need to do is we're going to have to grab some of these numbers. So let's go back and review the numbers that we're going to need. We're going to need the net income and the sales. So why don't we see what we've got here? So the net income is all the way down at the bottom, is 10,188,000. You can see it right where my mouse is, right in here, net income. What I did is I took this number and I put it back on the sheet. And then our sales number, or our revenue number, is 27,638,000. This is our total revenue. We're going to use that number for our calculation as well. So let's go back to our sheet. We have our sales or revenue for 27,638,000 and net income for 10,188,000. Now I need to go find the total assets and the total debt. Those are found on a different sheet. We're going to go over to our balance sheet for Facebook. This is the Facebook balance sheet, year ending 2016 on Yahoo. So I am looking not for current, I am looking for total assets. So 64691 would be 1, and then our total liabilities of 5767000 would be for the other. So let me bring these over here, and you can see I've typed these in. So the problem set is asking for us to solve for the profitability margin. Profitability margin is really taking the net income over the sales. So this is what it's going to look like. It's going to say 10,188,000. Now I'm going to just not use the last three digits just for ease in showing you how to do this. Divided by 27638 gives me a 0.3686 number. Well, that number is 36.8, or if you round up, 36.9%. That's our profitability margin. Our profit margin is 36.9%. Whatever way you like to do it, or your instructor has you do that. So the next piece, we have to look at we have to find the total assets is equal to total debt for total equity. I put this equation up here because what we need to do is solve for total equity as asked for in the beginning part of this problem. Profit margin, total equity. So total equity is a variable here. We know what the total asset is because we found that of 64,961. And now to solve for the TE, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this number algebraically just onto the other side. So I'm going to subtract 5767, and that will give us 59,194. And now I'm going to add back the numbers. So my total assets, my total equity is 59,194,000. And you can see how it's going to look as I'm typing it in now. Sorry for my slow typing, but it's 59,194,000. Now remember, these numbers are in thousands. So in reality, that's $59 billion in total equity. Okay, so we know this number because this number is going to pop up in another section in just another moment when we have to solve for another problem. So we have to solve for ROA, return on assets. So we take our net income number, which is 10,188,000, over our total assets, which we already found is 64691, and then all we do is divide those two numbers, 10. So we go 10,188, and we're going to divide that by 64691. Now remember, this is a ratio. So it's going to give us a number, which is 15.7. So it's 15.7 for the return on assets for this company. Now, return on equity is what we're going to need here, is going to say net income over our total equity. So we solved for that already with a very simple equation. So we're going to just stick that right down in here. And let me show you how that calculates out. 10,0,188 divided by 59194. And it comes out to be 17.2. That is our number. So one way to double check that you have the right equity, on the financial sheets, if you're using current numbers, you can see that. So remember that total assets is equal to current liabilities plus shareholder equity. And the numbers are given right down. And you might not be able to see it on these charts, but they're right down on the bottom of the balance sheet. And my numbers do coincide. So this problem set was to solve for profit margin, total equity, ROA and ROE using the 2016 financial numbers for Facebook.